3, 2, 1. Hello. Welcome to background noise. Sorry.
That's all good. My name's Casey.
My name is Eric.
And today we are reading bad reviews.
Yes, we are. This first one is from Walmart, from some girl. These people have the attention span of a billy goat. Way to mess up my son's cake order. Hire competent people so they actually show up for you guys. Just because it's Walmart gives no excuse. Exclamation point, space, exclamation point.
It's just funny because what's the attention span of a billy goat?
This is the funniest thing I've ever heard. Like, who says that?
I don't know, but that's hilarious.
That is why we included that one. Like, the context is not giving.
Yeah, like what happened to your son's cake order? Why didn't you put a picture with it?
Yeah, what is it?
Why did you go to Walmart for the cake order?
Facts.
Oh, this one's from Joann Fabrics.
Where I used to work. It's from the one I used to work at.
If you think lines at Disneyland are bad, come to this location to gain an appreciation of any line at Disneyland. There is no fast pass at Joann's. The employees are slow, and with 100, I can't read.
What?
The employees are slow, and with 40 people in the line. They had 2 employees working slower than the sloth in Zootopia, the movie.
Look at the way they spelled that. Zootopia.
If you come for fabric, do your knees a favor and bring a lawn chair that unfolds. Store full of jokers, not just because it's Halloween. What's most spooky is the poor attitude of the employees who are snippy and short with customers. Don't come here with kids. And ladies, please leave your husband in the car with the keys. What does that mean?
Like, just be ready to leave at any moment. First of all, so funny. So dramatic. Yes, I know the lines are bad, but it's not the employee's fault.
Yeah.
We're not the ones scheduling one of us to be at the register.
Exactly.
Like, it was never us that was the problem. But it is still hilarious.
That is
and there are
funny.
definitely employees there that are not necessarily the nicest. I do agree with that. I do wish they said names because I could have been like, yeah, you're correct.
You're correct. Sorry, I'm taking my coat off.
No, you're good. If you hear that whoosh, 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 Casey's freezing. This next one is from In-N-Out. Drive-thru guy talked at 1,000 miles per hour and could not understand what he said. Then they didn't give us our drink at all, but they sure charged us for it.
Okay, ask for the drink.
Ask for the drink, and
before you leave. And In-N-Out's so good. I don't believe any of these 1 stars.
And I think it's funny because it's like drive-thru guy talked at 1,000 miles per hour and could not understand what he said. He couldn't understand what he was saying himself. What do you mean? Use correct English.
Yeah, for real.
And I could not understand what he said. People don't check these things before they press send either. That's what's funny.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, I feel like I have to read this one because I like you reading it. I made this review. This is my review.
Eric's review. What is that?
Just my blanket that's going to be broken by the end of the night.
This is Eric's review for Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram.
And then I'll share the story when you're done.
Yeah. We are at the dealership 45 minutes before closing, and it's still 30 minutes before it closes now. We were standing outside looking at a car outside the door about to come in. They hurriedly came over to the door and locked it and turned the lights off inside. After that, we saw them leaving out the back. We are extremely disappointed. I wouldn't ever buy a vehicle from here if I'm this inconvenient for them.
So this is true, and I made this review. And what's funny about this is, well, it's funny now. It was annoying then. We're literally looking at a car right out front of the dealership. So the way this dealership is, it has like the doors, and then there's like a concrete part where they just park multiple cars, like kind of like just for show, separate from like where they park them all. And we're looking at one of those, and there was one inside we wanted to go look at. And so we were about to go inside, and they literally ran to the door, locked it, ran back, turned all the lights off inside. And then like a minute later, we see a truck like skirting out
That's
of the parking
crazy.
lot. And we're like, it's 45 minutes before they close. It's 7:10 or something. It was like 7:15.
Oh my
And they closed at 8. And we're like, so we're not here 5 minutes before you close.
Yeah.
We were just going to briefly look at the car inside. And what's crazy about it, too, is they have responded to every single review that they've ever gotten except mine. So I find that interesting.
That is interesting.
I do think it must have been the owner.
It probably
And
was.
if you had an emergency, just tell us. Just say, sorry, there's an emergency. You don't even have to tell us it's an emergency. Say, something came up, I have to go. Totally get it. Mm-hmm. You're totally fine. It was coming to the door, locking it, turning the lights off.
And
like, we see you.
Out.
Yeah, we see you.
Yeah, we saw you do this.
And obviously I don't remember what he looks like, but we saw it. Oh, this one's also me. This is at a 7-Eleven where they had the best Diet Coke. But then I went there one time and they said, and the Diet Coke was so disgusting. Here's my review. I've been here a few times and they usually have really good soda. This time the quality was terrible and there was a cherry flavor in my Diet Coke that wouldn't go away. ... Disappointing.
Response from the owner. Hi, your local 7-Eleven store is sorry to hear about your experience and would like to take a closer look at what happened. Please reach out to our customer support team.
Which I find that funny because the local store didn't even respond.
I know.
It's like 7-Eleven as a whole, like as the corporation responding saying, your local 7-Eleven store is sorry. It's like, what?
Yeah.
That's so funny. I never saw this response until just now. That's what's funny. I didn't know I had a response. I don't get notifications for these things. Oh, this one's the best.
Worst place to ever stay at. I'd rather sleep in my car. For a Motel 6. Why would you willingly choose a Motel 6?
I do not know.
I just do not know. The window was broken and being held up by tape. There was a stain that looked like blood on the curtains. Probably was.
Yeah.
No toiletries. We had one used bar of soap with a hair on it. Dead bugs in the pool. The entire side of the building is covered with bugs. The lock on the door that's dividing our rooms is broken. Half of the lights work. Also, super sketchy. There was like druggies right outside our window the entire night. You can hear everything outside this room. I paid $150 for this room. Way too expensive.
Okay, I have...
Never, ever choose a Motel 6.
No, and I have comments because, like, just... First, I'd like to start with the way they wrote it. So you're telling me after pressing space after the period, they undid the caps? Because it automatically will put on caps for the first letter. So they undid it, which I find funny.
They purposely undid it.
That's just a funny thing. But no, you do not choose Motel 6. But I do love their room tip. My useful tip is to just not go here. But the best part is we have photos.
We have photos.
There's the window being held together by tape, kissy face. Doorknob's broken, so anyone could just come in and join me. Nope, never mind. One used bar of soap with a hair on the sink.
Okay, and in the thing, they said it was on the soap.
Which I do not see that.
And in these types of places, you have to usually ask for toiletries.
Especially a lower end hotel.
Exactly.
Even higher end. A lot of times they don't have... Like, you can go up and ask for, like, oh, I need a toothbrush or I need this.
The hair is not even on the soap.
It's not. Which is what the review said. They're lying.
And, yeah, the used soap is a little off-putting. But ask for toiletries.
Just ask for new soap.
Ask for toiletries.
The tape...
No, first of all...
And also, the window doesn't... Is the window taped or the screen? I think that's the... No,
it looks like the window.
I see a crack. Because if it was the screen, I could get that. Because screens are hard to replace anyways.
Yeah, but I really don't understand why you would choose to stay at a Motel 6.
I don't know.
Just spend the extra. You spent $150 anyway. I feel like you can get that at a nicer.
I feel like you could spend $200 and get a really pretty nice hotel.
Exactly.
Or at least better than that. Stay at like a Holiday Inn.
Don't stay at a Motel 6.
No, stay at one of the lower end price-wise that are still good. Because there are good options on the lower end. Mm-hmm. Days Inn, Holiday Inn.
Exactly.
Best Western.
Exactly.
This is a place Casey used to work.
Oh, yeah, this is where I used to work. I'll tell you the story of who this person was after.
I love that. Rotten experience. Every time, once every other year. I have to deal with this lady in the window. I have to rethink my decision. She's awful, unwelcoming, mad at herself, and never smiles. I remember needing copies of my medical records. She hands me a form, and she made it look like I was taking her lunch from her. We pay for her services. DMV employees are happier than her. Throwing up emoji. Multiple. I hope you replace her or send her to work in the archives.
So it actually isn't medical records, but you can get like copies of stuff there. So that's probably why he's like getting it confused.
Mm-hmm.
But it was at a hospital in radiology, and this lady was just so like she is awful. She's very unwelcoming. She was not kind at all. I remember my first day she was working, and I was supposed to shadow just to like kind of get a grip, because I was a PRN, which was where I worked at different parts of the hospital, just so where they needed me, and I picked up my own hours and stuff. And I go there my very first day, and I'm like, hi, I'm supposed to be, and it was like 6 a.m. or something, or 7. I'm like, I'm supposed to be shadowing, and it said it was here, but then it kind of changed on my schedule, and I'm just not sure where I'm supposed to go. And it like, she was so mad that I had to like even be asking her, had to sit with her at all. It was just a completely horrible experience on my very first day, and I didn't really enjoy her.
Yeah.
But towards the end, because they kind of changed how radiology was run, and she wasn't in the front anymore. She's more in the back. And
she got put to the archives.
And she did get better, so I guess
that's good. But it's funny that
like she was very rude, and it was very like unsettling, and I didn't enjoy.
No, well, clearly.
Well, and she yelled at my boss, her boss too, for even having to train anyone and to train me, and it really made me feel like this, like disgusting, because like there's nothing I can do. Like, I'm a new employee, I need to be trained, and she was so off-putting.
That's crazy, actually, to act like that in general.
I know.
Huh. Well, good thing you don't work there anymore.
I know.
Although that one was better than the other one you went to later, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. But because I didn't really have to interact with her after I was chained.
Right.
And at the other hospital, at this hospital, it was better because I liked the employees a lot better. The rest of them.
Right, other than her.
I liked how things were ran there, but then when I changed to the other hospital, they just assumed I knew everything. Which, like, yeah, I didn't know a lot, but they still had different processes at a different hospital.
Yeah, which makes sense. Yeah, that's lovely.
And that's it.
That's it. Here's our episode. Okay, calm down. It's not that deep.
Like, honestly, a lot of people need to
calm down. There's
It's
a Taylor
not that
Swift song
deep.
they need to go check out.
You need to calm down. You're being too loud.
Yeah, that was super fun though, and I love that 3 of those were our own.
Yeah.
I don't make bad reviews very often.
Well, it wasn't my review, but it was someone else's, but
that's true.
it was from somewhere I worked. And
Yeah,
it was,
I guess that's true.
It was hilarious.
2 of them
it
were
was
mine,
purely that person. Like, you obviously there wasn't a name, but you knew who it was.
Oh yeah, he clearly described her to a T.
Exactly.
And that's super funny.
And we hope you enjoyed this video.
Yes, and we will see you guys in December.
Dun dun dun.